I want to bring in Dr. Ranney. You are an emergency room physician, and we do need to be clear here. This is about an injunction, meaning as the core issue here is determined by the courts, what happens with Idaho's law as it may be in conflict here with EMTALA. So this is temporary until that's worked out. But that said, if this ultimately is what is decided, that there can be an exception when it comes to health, what is that going to mean for care provided in emergency rooms across the country?
What it would mean is that care continues as it currently exists in most states across the U.S. Basically, that we as emergency physicians have both a moral and a legal obligation to take care of anyone who walks through the door for any reason and stabilize them. We make sure they don't have a medical emergency. If they do have a medical emergency, we do everything within our power to treat them. The thing that is so worrisome about this Idaho law, were it upheld, is that it would stop my and my colleagues' ability to provide needed care. It would force us to decide between legal regulations and the patient in front of us. It would make us wait until patients are literally on death's door to act. And let's be clear, there's no bright line. It's not like, oh, at this minute, this person is totally fine, and the next minute we can say they're about to die. There's no clear dividing line between those two conditions. So it would make folks wait until women are in incredibly dangerous positions. Now, should this injunction actually be what they're saying it is, that's great news for physicians, for patients, for families in Idaho. But here's the thing that's really worrisome. Already, just the way that the Idaho law has been written, even though it has not been enforced, we've seen 1 out of 5 OB-GYNs in the state of Idaho leave that state. We've seen a dramatic increase in the number of out-of-state transfers of severely ill pregnant women. So even without this law being enforced as written, we're already seeing negative effects on the health of women and families, and negative effects on the number of physicians providing much needed reproductive care in that state. My worry is that this injunction does not actually create clarity for the healthcare system. It's just pushing it down the road and basically showing folks other ways to pass devious laws that restrict abortion and critical reproductive health access for patients in need.
Oh, that question of delay was something that was pointed out by Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, saying that this essentially just kicks the can down the road. Doctor, I wanted you to expand, if you could, for a moment on that line that you were describing that you see with patients and their conditions. In what situations might a woman need an emergency abortion when it doesn't get to the point of being a risk to her life?
Gosh, I've taken care of dozens of such patients over the course of my career. Let me give you 2 examples. One, a patient who comes in who's having a miscarriage, who's been unable to completely finish the miscarriage on their own at home, who's actively bleeding, who still perhaps has a fetus, maybe with a heartbeat, but it's so clear that that pregnancy is over. Now, that woman may not be on death's door at the moment that I first see her, but I can predict that if we don't do what's called a D&C, which is essentially an abortion, to help finish that miscarriage, she will continue to bleed, to hemorrhage, until she is potentially on death's door. We shouldn't make her have to wait to sit in a hospital bed for hours or for days actively bleeding until she gets to that point when her organs are shutting down. That's one example. Another example is an ectopic pregnancy, when the pregnancy lands outside of the uterus, in the ovary or even in the abdomen. It can burst and you can cause extensive bleeding inside the belly. I've taken care of countless patients for whom this has happened. It can cause severe pain, it can cause tachycardia, and if untreated, it can mean that a woman can't have future children. So we're supposed to wait and watch while someone continues to bleed internally until that point when she's barely survivable and maybe her reproductive capacity has been hurt forever before we're allowed to treat that ectopic pregnancy. That also is a ridiculous situation. And there are many more that I've personally seen and cared for over the course of my career. This really puts doctors, as well as patients and families, in an untenable position. No wonder a bunch of doctors are again, leaving the state of Idaho right now.